So let's start with the Defamation Noodles. Though, before we go there, the Toddy Westbrook lawsuit update basically is that I normally would do a video showing you all this stuff that's going on with Toddy Westbrook's lawyer in the group of internet trolls that have been trying to hack and threaten. The threats are so disgusting, and that's why I'm not going to show them to you. I'm just going to let you know that's what's going on. It's bad. Now, for Defamation Noodles. I call Def Noodles Defamation Noodles, and I'm going to show you why I call him that just off of his normal posts. Now, he's blocked me for calling him Defamation Noodles. Then he retweets this attempt by this Sally person to cancel some guy named Chris Tyson. The reason why I think this is messed up is, while I do not agree with his comedy, fine. He shouldn't be canceled over it. People should decide not to follow him if they think his jokes aren't tasteful and find someone else to watch. I don't think he should lose his sponsors or his job just for making jokes. And some of the threads covering these tweets, some folks are sharing to raise awareness, others are demanding an apology. Now, Def Noodles calls himself a comedian, but still for some reason is okay with this type of reaction to this guy's obviously immature and pretty fucked up comedy, right? We've got more deleted tweets. We've got more deleted tweets by Tyson, tweets that have been deleted by Chris Tyson, and again, things like your granny tranny. Just really immature comedy. You see what I'm saying? Just this one little thread makes my point against Def Noodles. This video has since been deleted from Tyson's Twitter. I don't even care about it. I'm just trying to show you what he's saying. Mr. Beast's friend Chris Tyson called out in numerous Twitter threads exposing his old now deleted tweets that some are calling, oh, this is Mr. Beast's Chris. Oh, this is Chris from Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast and Chris do all this good. And just because back in 2017, he made some stupid jokes and other things, now Def Noodles is jumping on the canceling bandwagon. I don't know if I'm gonna even show any more of his stories. Oh, more stuff about people not wearing, he's constantly giving people shit for not wearing a mask, which I don't mind content calling out anti-maskers or conspiracy theorists. You know I don't, because I do content like that myself often. Not recently, but I do. Def Noodles is a cancel culture machine. What is cancel culture? 90% of the time, it's taking a situation that ends up turning out to be something completely different than what it seems. Just a bunch of drama, overhyped drama, canceling somebody because they made a bad joke, some tweet they made 10 years ago trying to cancel them. Cancel culture's kind of close to defamation. So when I call Def Noodles Defamation Noodles, it's just a joke making fun of how he is a defamer by trade, cataloging cancel culture, but instead he doesn't try to fight cancel culture. He tries to amplify it. He tries to dive headfirst into it. And turns out a content creator who I've shouted out a few times recently because his channel just popped out of nowhere, Crows of Judgment, and this dude has been slaying it when it comes to commentary. I don't agree with him all the time, but that's the point of commentary, right? It's an evolving thought process, but he just uploaded the dangers of Defamation Noodles. He also calls Def Noodles Defamation Noodles, which I think is awesome. I've been doing that for a while too. Me and him are OG Defamation Noodles name users. And what he shows us in his video is that Def Noodles tries to make a story out of James Charles and a screenshot that was shared. Defamation Noodles says, who could have seen this coming? James Charles exposed by 14-year-old boy who alleges Charles reached out to him on Instagram DMs asking him to add him on Snap. Boy informs James he's 14 and James replies, quote, how about now? James commented on TikTok, which is from 2020. This is completely a meme. It's a fabricated meme, and Def Noodles could have, if he wasn't a boomer, if he understood meme culture and wasn't faking it, he could have known that and not spread this around as an allegation against Charles. Now, luckily in the reply section, before he put it into a YouTube, I don't know, he might have put it on YouTube, actually, I shouldn't say that. People let him know pretty quickly, and he addressed it and corrected himself shortly after. But this is just another point to what I've been saying about him and why I dubbed him Defamation Noodles. But for right now, we're going to go into 8 Thoughts versus Driftor.
Man, I've known 8 Thoughts for like a decade, right? This guy's always been a troll. He's always talking smack about people. But I didn't know he was harassing creators in real life.
Well, Keem, the thing is, we don't know if 8 Thoughts was harassing creators in real life or not. So, this story is almost impossible to cover due to the amount of players that are involved and what's really going on with it. And it has two different subjects or two different sides to the story. One side is centered around gaming, which has to do with very popular Twitch streamers and some allegations of cheating and other things. One side, though, has to do with YouTube commentary, which focuses on 8thoughts and Driftor. Driftor having millions of subs, 8thoughts 300,000. I'm gonna handle on this channel the commentary side of it, and on ROCkaLOT, my gaming / long live streaming channel, I'm gonna handle the other side of it. But this is an important story. There's two possibilities from the start. So let me just explain this to you and then tell you why it's so messed up. You just heard Keemstar talk about a creator he's followed for 10 years and all of a sudden now say, damn, I didn't know he was harassing people in real life. 8thoughts made videos making fun of a guy named Driftor, a very big Call of Duty streamer. And he would just do his normal trolling, normal comedy, normal joke commentary stuff against Driftor, making these jokes and making fun of him because that's what 8thoughts is, an OG YouTuber from that era, from that time frame. The other big gaming streamers involved had struck 8thoughts, and they did it over a situation where 8thoughts isn't really completely at fault, but he did make a mistake. He also did a video making fun of one of the friends of that guy's thumbnails. I told you it's convoluted. I told you it's crazy, but you have to follow me because it's a fucked up story. They strike 8thoughts channel and try to expose him for those things that we're going to skip by because we're going to talk about this, the response part of this, the commentary part. Once 8thoughts was down and out from having provable false strikes against his channel, then Driftor comes in and drops a video, swatted, threatened, and home invasion attempts, 8thoughts exposed teaser. Now, the problem is this stuff did happen to Driftor. And I feel very bad that Driftor had to experience this kind of harassment, and I side with Driftor when it comes to him having any of these things happening to him 100%, just so no one warps my words. But the question now, I can go finally back to what I was saying earlier on. There are two things that we have to focus on in this story. Did 8thoughts engage in this stuff? Did he encourage it? Is he responsible for it? Is he to blame for those things that happened to Driftor? Or did 8thoughts just do YouTube commentary and another adult go out and do this stuff, and now it's making 8thoughts look like he deserves to be canceled, that he has done this stuff too? That's the question. It kind of shocks me that Keemstar, who I would think had followed this story just like I had over the last year, could say 8thoughts has been exposed for doing this stuff to people in real life. Damn, I didn't know he did that. It's crazy to me because it's just basically throwing 8thoughts under the bus. The evidence that we have at this moment really doesn't look like 8thoughts did it. 8thoughts' side, unless he's been lying to us, maybe he was encouraging it, maybe he was involved in it, but his side is that he wasn't. And I'm going to show you the clips now in this video, even though it's taken forever to get here. And I'm going to let you make up your own mind based off of the actual clips. Is it possible? Even after you watch these clips, I'm going to tell you my side now. It doesn't look like 8thoughts engaged in this behavior with the guy. It looks like he's reacting to it and amazed that this blue guy, another adult, is doing this shit. And it looks like he's just a viewer. It looks like he's somebody who's just like watching it happen. And now he's getting lumped into it because Driftor wants to basically tell people. If you watch Driftor's video, he says 8thoughts did this. 8thoughts did that. 8thoughts watched this happen and told the guy to do it and encouraged the guy, right? Though Driftor has no evidence of that. The things that he shows 8thoughts witnessing it, reacting to it. It's almost like there's a dude robbing a bank and 8thoughts knows the guy and it just happens to be walking down the street and literally just stands there and watch this guy rob the bank. And then when the dude runs out of the bank, he looks at 8thoughts and 8thoughts is like, dude, what are you doing? He's like, I'm robbing a bank. Dude, you shouldn't do that. Yeah, and then 8thoughts just starts laughing because this guy robbed a bank and is running away like an idiot. Those are the two possibilities. I'm not telling you what I think here because I don't know what Driftor's evidence is. He promises he's going to upload more videos that expose the situation in the next few days. In fact, I'm checking right now to see if he's done any of them yet, and he hasn't. If Driftor does not have proof that 8thoughts did this, it's entirely possible at this point 8thoughts could be being, lied on by Driftor, and that's why you need to see the evidence for yourself. Let's take a look. I gotta show you this. I just have to before we get going. So this is the kind of stuff Keemstar is saying, and then I'm gonna show you the two different sides that are there. Something Keemstar is just not interested in doing for some reason. Listen.
Showed up to Driftor's house with a weapon. 8 Thoughts streamed it on Twitch. They were clearly working together.
No, that doesn't mean they were clearly working together. It means either 8 Thoughts talked to this guy and heard what he was doing and just said, well, I'm gonna stream you doing it if you're gonna do something that stupid. Or 8 Thoughts just fucking, you know, encouraged the guy and told the guy to do it. Because here's 8 Thoughts' side. Now you got Keemstar and Driftor's side. They just say 8 Thoughts did this because of some clips. 8 Thoughts' side, though, is this. Some people are confusing me being an asshole and laughing at Troll's behavior with me telling him what to do. So those two things are getting confused. Is he just laughing at it, or is he telling him what to do? Is 8 Thoughts responsible, or is he not? I'm not responsible for another man's actions, so if I laugh and react to someone else's actions, I'm guilty of that person's actions. No. But that's the narrative Driftor is trying to float. If you think I'm an asshole for laughing at inappropriate behavior, fine. Well, I don't, because we all do that. Actually, my channel does that constantly. That's what we do. We laugh at people doing dumb shit. If you think I'm an asshole for the things I say, fine. But because you think I'm an asshole doesn't make me complicit in other people's actions. Got me? You see what's going on here, right? Keep in mind, I did tell Blue to stop numerous times because even though I'm laughing at some of the situations, as you've seen, it's too much. This is some evidence from 8 Thoughts. This is back when these events happened. Blue says, rest in peace, I understand him being upset, but blaming you's just dumb. You asked Blue to stop, but he doesn't listen to anybody, so not much else you can do. Yup. And, okay, and on the record, how many times have I told you to leave him alone? Honestly, be honest. And don't expose him, he called her on stream. You skip a little further. I'm not counting, neither does it matter what you say. I fuck with him whenever I want. This is Blue admitting that 8 Thoughts told him to stop, and he doesn't care. All these other people told him to stop, and he doesn't care. And he wasn't saying he was gonna go do something horribly criminal to Driftor. He was saying he was gonna troll him. He was gonna call this hotline. He was gonna do these other things. So let's look at the actual evidence and see if Keemstar, where we'll keep Keemstar's side, that these clips prove that 8 Thoughts is actually complicit and guilty, and keep in mind the other side, which is that 8 Thoughts says he tried to stop the guy, but he didn't stop, and he found it hilarious that this guy was willing to do all these stupid things to troll another person and just documented it while acting like an asshole. Let's take a look. So, to give you the context so we can save time, he is, if you look down here, so if you open this video yourself, there you can tell that he has Discord open. He's inside of a Discord app, and he has another application opened, Google Voice. He's on the phone with Google Voice, and in Discord, he is hanging out in a Discord room, and I believe it was in 8 Thoughts Discord.
Oh, shit.
What? Say
Okay, I don't want to be on the stream.
Oh, well, you're on the stream, retard.
Ah, fuck, okay. I would message you. I'll message you because I don't want to. Okay, hold on, message you.
Sorry about that. Just got pills to take. Yeah,
okay, wait. All right, hang on. When you said you took some pills, did you take them as prescribed?
You know what? I'm gonna do it.
You're gonna do what, Rob?
So you heard 8 Thoughts come in and say, what the fuck, dude? You got me on the stream. And Blue goes, yeah, dummy, right? So I want to show you something in this video. Driftor has removed a part of the conversation between 8 Thoughts and Blue. I haven't found the original. I'm looking for it. If you have it, let me know.
Hey.
Something has been cut out of this, and I need to figure it out. Please let me know if you have the original recording. 8 Thoughts says, oh snap, ha 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 ha, what? This guy don't give a fuck. I'm seeing dead people. Anyway, so what is 8 Thoughts doing? He's acting fucking nuts, dude. He's doing his normal shit. It's like he came into that Twitch chat, saw what Blue was doing, went into Discord and was like, fuck, Blue's in the Discord, and jumped in and says, you got me on stream? That tells me that it's very possible that 8 Thoughts is doing one of two things. He's either just then learning what Blue's doing and like, holy shit, or he's playing the role like he just figured out, just learned what Blue is doing. So what's my point? What is my point? This clip, something everybody's using to say that 8 Thoughts 100% is complicit and should be canceled and be deleted over this. It could be either way. How do we know what really happened is my point. We don't, but everybody's acting like this clip proves that 8 Thoughts is guilty. Okay, fine. Let's look at the next clip and make up our mind on whether it's possible 8 Thoughts is being honest or not, okay? At this point, there's reasonable doubt to say that 8 Thoughts was complicit. Let's look at the next clip that they say proves it. One other piece of evidence Driftor shows is him literally on the phone talking to Blue, a person that's been trolling him incessantly in an insane way. It's an earlier recorded clip, but I don't trust a thing that comes out of Blue's mouth unless we can have some type of backing to it. One reason why I don't believe Driftor at all is one, that I experienced and watched and followed this as it happened back then, but two, he takes things that are obviously jokes. This is 8thoughts making fun of Driftor for back then blaming 8thoughts for what Blue did. So he made a title that said, I hired a hitman to blank Driftor. And he made a little, he did this sarcastic thing where he's making fun of Driftor's accusations at him, trying to blame 8thoughts for what Blue did. And all of us that watched all this unfold back then watched Driftor try to frame 8thoughts every time Blue did something with no evidence. Next. So the second to last thing I'm going to show you is what happened back when 8thoughts streamed Blue confronting Driftor. I have criticized 8thoughts for this ever since it happened. I think it's one of the dumbest things he's ever done, and I blame him for this, and I hold it against him. So what am I holding against him? Him trying to turn Blue harassing Driftor into a spectacle. I don't blame him for harassing Driftor.
Actually really did show up to Driftor's house, and the YouTuber 8thoughts live streamed this on Twitch, 2,000 viewers. So there was a lot of people watching this live, and the police actually ended up detaining him. Just watch this.
I don't think he even knows that I'm outside. Like,
are you really at his house? Are you really at his house?
That's his house right there, dude.
He's at Driftor's house. This dude is at Driftor's house. Holy shit, bro.
Here's what I remember happening. I remember 8thoughts doing comedic YouTube commentary against Driftor. And I remember a guy named Blue harassing Driftor. 8thoughts and Blue talked in Discord, and Blue was like a moderator for 8thoughts at one point. Though, after Blue did all this crazy shit, 8thoughts banned him, kicked him out, and I believe it was this last thing. And 8thoughts' side the entire time, we watched it happen, and it was that Blue did a bunch of crazy shit, and we all thought he was just trolling. But he took it so far, we all had to kick him and cut off contact with him because he's a psycho. And 8thoughts was unapologetic about laughing, unapologetic about streaming the footage, and even blamed Driftor for calling the police on Blue. And I criticize him for that, and I, lost a lot of respect for 8thoughts for doing all that. I held it against him to the weight of what he did. But I do believe that he could have physically, in real life, harassed Driftor just the same way Blue did. I just have no evidence of that. These clips do not prove that. It shows that either thing is possible. 8thoughts could just be acting like he's telling Blue to stop. 8thoughts could just be acting like he just, stumbled upon Blue doing this stuff when Blue was doing it, and then laughed his ass off because of how fucking crazy it all was. Or 8thoughts could be putting on an act, and he could have been harassing him right alongside Blue. I just think it's insane for people to go out there and act like it's been proven that 8thoughts was right next to Blue the whole time, when it's very possible. I don't see a dude with 300,000 subs. I mean, I know it's possible, but I just don't see him doing that.